G'day. I know I get a lot of questions on how much water do I put in my paint, how much should I thin it down. Now, as a general rule that you can apply, if I'm going to roll it, I'll put maybe 10% in. If you're going to brush it and roll it, you can soften it down with around 10%. So if you remember the magic number 10%, you should be okay. Now, I'm about ready to do my cornice on this house here. For every 15 litres of paint, I use 1.5 litres. So 30 litres of paint is 3 litres. So what I do is I actually use 3 litre milk bottles. And that allows me to get 2 drums of paint and a bit more perhaps. I usually get one that's half opened or something like that. And I'll box them all together. So I'll use 10%. So 30 litres, just as a general rule, is 3 litres of water. And that'll get it so that it doesn't run. It'll allow it to be more slippery. It allows it to, you'll go a long way. You'll get a lot more out of your paint. It'll soak in a bit better, and it's really good. So, and it is recommended on the back of the can for anybody who doesn't think it is. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm about ready to get my sealant flats and box them together. So what I've got is I've got a full 15 litre here. Okay, so full 15 litre there, a full 15 litre there, and I have around about 10 litres or 9 litres in this drum here. And I'll use that drum as my boxing drum. So how I do it, I'll get a 3 litre milk bottle and I keep these in the vehicle full of water. I have quite a few in there, and I'll just pour that 3 litres, because basically I know there's 40 litres of paint. 10% roughly is 3 litres, it's 4 litres, but 3 litres we're going to go. So we'll just pour that in there. Don't be scared, do the whole lot. Now this is the first coat, okay? So what I'll do, I can't box it and show you at the same time. Because I've got my S7 phone that I'm starting to use a bit. But anyhow, you get the meaning. I'm going to box all these together, and then I'm going to run it through a spray gun and spray my cornice with it. So anyhow, that's what I do. So hopefully that'll get you out of trouble if you're not sure, if you think it's going to cause any dramas. Now this is acrylic paint, not oil-based paint, okay? So take that in mind, what I'm saying. The oil-based paint's a totally different story, but acrylic paint, undercoats, sealers, sealing flats, wall paints, the whole lot, 10%, no problems. That's the premium paint. The cheaper paints, they come really thin, so I'd be very careful of putting it into the cheaper line paints.